There are just so many unanswered questions in the context of consumer protection. So we've seen and funded grants from the computer science department, from psychology department, from journalism, from geography. I mean, we've really funded a wide variety of research, attacking a lot of problems to help consumers here in Oregon.
The money from the grant is really important to have at universities because it helps show students that this is a viable pathway to help people if their goal for going to law school was just to help people, but they didn't know how. It also is a great way to just allow people to know what consumer rights really are. What's the limit of that? What can you do once you have this knowledge? How can you help others who might not have this knowledge? And it wasn't until I got to law school that the term consumer law entered my vocabulary, and it was exactly what I was looking for.
In partnership with OCJ, we have set aside a little bit of the money for fellowships. One of the things that's great about graduate students is they're new and fresh, and they tend to identify cutting-edge opportunities.
And so what I've done for a large part of my life is kind of translate financial literacy terms just to community members who don't speak English, or who are immigrants, or who are new and just have some technical barriers that they have to overcome. And so it kind of fit perfectly and aligned with the purpose of this grant.
Basically, it's just given us the opportunity to go around to various places in the greater community and do some really tangible outreach, give people some tangible points of knowledge.
If there's a way that I could help, if there's a way I could put my expertise onto sharing a message or getting some education out there, like, I'm on board. And it's just been fun, it's been engaging, and I've learned a ton too.
We thought it would be fun to do some consumer education on car buying because I teach negotiation here at the law school, and I've always thought it would be helpful to provide public education around that. And these students were really motivated, and they really passionate about educating the public and thinking about how they could use their expertise to make an impact.
I thought it was really interesting to start with the automotive world because it's one of these things that's like optional, but it's not really optional. In a lot of people's lives, you need a car, especially in these like smaller cities like Eugene.
I think a lot of people are unaware of how many scams and pitfalls there can be when it comes to buying a car. It is very real that people are getting taken advantage of in the vehicle sales world every day.
Where's the most need? Where's the most people getting taken advantage of? And like, that's cars. And if you're in a bad, I don't know if you've personally had a bad deal in a car, but like, it can derail your whole life.
Gaining a little bit of knowledge can really help you protect yourself, and I think small steps like that we take in the community can be really powerful in just shaping a more human-centric, people-centric community.
What we got out of the responses and the questions, people really valued what we had to share, and they really were curious and asked a lot of questions. And so to have that experience, I think, is almost, if not more valuable than just sitting down in a classroom.
I think with every successful iteration that we do, I get a little bit more empowered and a little bit more confident of saying, like, I can share this message, I could talk to people, and like, that's something that I should do. If I can do it, I should.
Honestly, when I first started this in the summer, I thought it would just be a 1 or 2 month thing that would just kind of come and go, and then I could put it on my resume. But we've come to realize there's a large need for it. I feel like it just made me more well-rounded in general. And so it's been a great journey so far.
I don't think our workshops would be possible without the support that OCJ is providing. The need is not necessarily just here at the law school or here at the university. It's really in the greater community, in Eugene, even in Portland and surrounding areas.
And the Consumer Protection Grant is more important than ever because we're seeing other sources of research funding dry up. And so having a really steady source of resources to protect Oregon consumers is basically unmatched. I mean, anywhere in the country, really.
There's not a lot of money in protecting consumers, and that's why it's not there. So I think that this kind of project requires an injection of resources. It requires outside push to get it started.
OCJ provides financial support, but they also provide a partnership because when we engage with them, they're bringing us their expertise of what they see on the ground so that we can connect that with researchers. And this research allows us to just dig deep so that when policymakers are trying to make decisions, they have answers to what's happening.